Welcome to another episode of The Deck. This time around, our artist is taking aim at the deck in a whole new way. By the end of the episode, you'll know if he hit the bullseye. Let's meet today's artist.
I think maybe locally people who don't know about all the things I'm into but have known the bands I've played in I think there's always maybe been a little bit of an assumption that I'm just like a noise guy or what am I into? Noise, punk, post-punk, whatever. And sometimes the conversation kind of ends when certain people might find out I'm into dance music when left to my own devices. But thinking back in my life, it's no shocker because when I think back to my very earliest memories of my earliest favorite music, when I first heard like Nucleus jam on it, like that was immediately my favorite song, you know. When I heard Shannon, Let the Music Play, that was my favorite song, you know. So going back to my very youngest days, listening to the radio, like I latched onto those, you know. Sweet Dreams Are Made of This, like I immediately, that was my number one favorite song. If anyone finds you out you're into electronic music or house music or techno or whatever, there's an assumption that, well, you must like it all, or, you know, but of course, it's never that simple. And I like stuff that makes me want to move my body, you know. If you look back on that kind of stuff, it's not such a stretch but when I finally got around to hearing what house music and techno was all about, I mean, it almost immediately clicked because, you know, I already had a love for that kind of vibe, so.
Let's throw things over to Jeff, see how the draw turns out.
All right, the deck, number 1 with a BB. Not bad. The weird thing about this gun, though, you got to kind of shake the BBs down and then cock it back up. It wasn't a pet.
So you understand the premise here. You've got 10 cards. Normally you would draw. Today you're going to put a BB through this card. You're starting with instruments.
Okay.
Let's see what you get.
I'm ready. Top right. Oh, I hit it. Okay.
Use a vocoder. You good with that?
I'm good.
All right.
That one.
Use the mystery instrument.
I accept.
Use the lid of a to-go cup, the cup, and a straw as an instrument. Waka waka.
That wouldn't be my first time.
If there's anything here that you're not happy with, you're welcome to exchange those and shoot again. But whatever you shoot to replace the card, you're stuck with.
You don't have to continue. I accept them all.
We're going to do lyrics next.
Okay.
You might get a talk about your mom. You might get a don't say the word love. I really don't know what you're going to get, so. Sing at least one line of the lyrics in a language other than English. Sign language would be incredible for an audio track.
Je sais un petit peu français seulement, but
So you'll do it in German then.
that sounds just pretentious enough to where it's right up my alley.
You are shooting a BB gun in a tie.
That's right.
Let's go again.
Okay. Lyric option number 2 of 3. Nailed it.
Time or the passage of time must be referred to in the lyrics.
Got it.
Time magazine. Time magazine.
Okay.
Let's go again. Sing about colors or the color of something.
Okay.
Those are your lyrics. Now we're going to shoot for arrangement.
I can see from here that one's a miss. I'm gonna shoot again.
In the first card, you're going to have to use minor chords in the verse.
What's a verse?
As predicted, you need to make this song a waltz. Do you like to dance? You have to use a backwards or reversed solo instrument.
Backwards or what?
Backwards or reversed solo instrument.
The waltz bit might be a challenge, but I'm gonna do it. I'll just keep consistent with my first goal of not turning over any cards.
That's going to be very exciting to see you do this. No one else, I don't think, has taken the chances.
Exactly.
You nearly shot my eye out.
Just now?
Several times.
Safety is on.
Be safe.
But hitting on the wall helps me think. Usually. Or get really angry, depending on how I'm hitting that day. I'm sure you can injure any tiny part of your body that you want to. Particularly with these like more modern style players who like really, I don't know what kind of grips they all use, but they have these really like top spin crazy looping forehands. It's one good way to destroy your wrists. I did want to see how far I could take it. And I got a chance to play in college. I wasn't top of my team or anything like that, don't get me wrong. And I haven't played against anybody a very long time. Competitively, not since the 90s. And I always say, I'm gonna, get back into some sort of competitive shape and join the league or enter a tournament or something, and I just never do because life's busy and I'm lazy. So. I've kind of figured out kind of the bare bones of the rhythm and the structure of it, how it's going to go. I got a little bit of a melody idea. Need to add some sort of bass, maybe some synths. vocoder. I was, you know, a little concerned about it to begin with. When you think waltz, it doesn't have to be that stiff, or, you know, what we think of, maybe the Viennese style waltz is the most famous, but I started thinking about jazz, probably most famously from Miles Davis, kind of blue. All Blues, is that the name of it? Bum, 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 bum. Obviously, I'm not going to mimic All Blues, but kind of took inspiration from that. Like, it doesn't have to be so stiff or, you know, unfunky. So,
It's got a little skip to it.
a little skip, a little ass to it. So, yeah, it's coming along.
Let's check in with Andrew and see how the song's coming along.
As far as my workflow goes, about 2 years ago now I got the MPC. I wanted to, it's the most complicated piece of equipment I've ever had. Lots and lots of hip hop and house has been made with one of these. So gotta start with the rhythm, because that's usually how I work. So had to be a waltz, which at first I thought it's still a challenge, of course, but I decided before I make it unstiff to make it as stiff as possible. So I went to my old keyboards and like waltz, and then sampled it here. So I slow it back down. And then for the fun of it, layer it also with this other keyboard's version of the waltz. Cranked it up so I could slow it back down in the sampler, give it a little more noise. So I did that, you know, so it's still a waltz, but I kind of housed it up just a little bit. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Vocoder, I'll probably use the vocoder on the old microKORG here and come up with something simple. Let's see where it goes from there. So there's these two. So I decided to knock them out in one go. Got my to-go cup, Dairy Queen 75th anniversary. As you can hear, that could sound as corny or cheesy as you want. Put it in the SK5 here and then reversed it, thus knocking out the backwards reverse solo. And you can play the keyboard to change the tune of your sample. It's very quiet. But then I sampled that. So that's the straw reversed. But like I said, the chords I wanted, I sampled them one at a time, like this. So I could hook it up directly to it. And then assign them each to pads so I could play it like this. Place was black. Also, there's guano there because I got a bat who's cleaning himself like a cat. His wings all spread out, licking under his wing armpit or whatever. But that's a little biohazard. And when it gets cold, I'm gonna kick them out. Evicted. I'm sure a master musician on this instrument with no name might criticize my playing style. But until he or she shows up, this is how I play it. So basically, I decided to treat it sort of like a sound effect. I set up my mic right here because I don't have a proper mic stand. My trusty old Radio Shack mic going into the 4-track. As you can see by itself, sounds completely cornball, but I think with some careful editing, it'll add to the melancholy atmosphere that I'm going for.
Wow, I can't believe that was the 9th song of this season of The Deck. Thank you, Angie Morgan. And join us next time for the season finale of The Deck. One more bullseye.